sun is shining, and it's a bank holiday doubleheader, huge night in the race for the Elite League playoffs. We start very shortly with Wolverhampton against the Kings Lynn Stars here, and that is followed by a massive showdown between Wolverhampton and Swindon Robin, featuring some of the best riders in the world here, and Wolverhampton boosted by the recent arrival of the double world champion Ty Wolfenden. Here from Montmartre Stadium, off the inside in yellow and black, Kai Hülkenberg for Kings Lynn, the German star, had a good night at Bellevue last Wednesday when they won up there. Peter Carlson, a club legend for Wolverhampton, off gate 2 in blue. Niels Christian Iversen goes off gate 3 in white for Kings Lynn, and going off the outside in red is Freddie Lindgren for Wolverhampton. Yep, heat number 1, and the first time of asking, and Niels Christian Iversen has made an absolute jet propelled start there. The Danish star leads the way for Kings Lynn here. Second place now is Freddie Lindgren in red. Third in blue is Peter Carlson for the Wolves. Kai Hülkenberg at the back. A great start from Niels Christian Iversen. Jet propelled, Chris Louis.
Yeah, absolutely jet propelled. I think there was a little bit of movement on the inside, which certainly affected the rider in blue, but Iversen out front, yeah, looking good, and certainly benefited from that.
Yeah, Iversen then with that advantage here. This will be a 3-all as it stands, but riding nicely, and when he does make the start, Iversen, he's tough to pass, Kel.
He got away with a flyer, though. Can't believe it. I'm sure there should have been a red light there. He moved early. He is very quick. Looks like it could be close to the track record as well. Very grippy conditions, and he's thoroughly enjoying it. There's less than a lap to go. He's going to win comfortably. It looks like a 3-all in the opening race.
It is indeed. Niels Christian Iversen for the Kings Lynn Stars. Yep, it did look as though he got a flyer there, but Lindgren in second and Carlson was third. And be interesting to see the start again. And with two former riders alongside me in commentary, they're the guys with the expert view here. They've been there and done it. Chris Louis, call this. Oh, just a bit of movement there.
Yeah, I think PK in the rider in blue there off the inside just moved a little bit, and he probably unsettled Iversen, but he certainly got away with that. An absolute flyer, it was great.
You think he should have been called back, Kelf?
Well, he clearly moved, so there's no doubt that, and he did gain an advantage, so Iversen gets away with a bit of a roller there.
Great start for you. Thank you, Niels. Good luck.
Well, we're up to heat number 2 now, a 3-all in the opening race, and I think Niels Christian Iversen was fairly honest there, wasn't he, about the opening race. He probably did get away with a flyer. Clegg on the inside in red, Perry in gate 2 in white, and Carl Howarth comes out of gate 3 in blue, and on the outside Nathan Greaves. Both the two riders here for the Kings Lynn Stars are replacements, Chris, and Rob Lyon and Dale Allett will be keen to see how they go. Vital points on the line for the reserve riders. Green lights on, again a little bit of movement. Charging towards the first corner there, and the rider in blue helmet there with Carl Howard. Terrific start from him, Amphit. Red lights are on though.
Obviously saw something a little bit different to the first one, Kelvin.
He did indeed. Graham Flint, the referee, this time putting the red light on. We'll keep an eye for the movement in gate 3 there. Looked like Carl Howarth may have been a little bit eager to get underway. Yeah, it can be difficult at times. He was a winter signing, of course, for the Wolverhampton team, and he has been playing his part. I sense that he would have wanted a little bit more. A little bit of a hold up here for... Right, he's been penalised now. Was he? I'm sure that he touched the tapes, but I wasn't aware of that. So quite clearly there was an infringement on the start line. So now the rider in red, Nathan Greaves, going off the 15-metre handicap, and away we go. Second time of asking, and Carl Howarth once again charges away from the tapes. Max Clegg joining him there on the inside in second place. Tom Perry in third, and Nathan Greaves out the back. This looks like it could be a relatively comfortable 5-1 for the home team. Howarth with that hunched over style as he comes charging into the first corner for the second time of asking. And Chris, home team are dominating heat number 2.
Yeah, they are. They're looking comfortable. There's plenty of grip down on the track. When you've got 2 meetings like this, the track staff have put in a very special effort to make sure that they can maintain some sort of dirt on the track throughout the 30 heats of racing tonight. So far, they seem to have done that. They have got a little bit more dirt down. They've got plenty of moisture in the surface, and the racing so far is very, very quick.
It is indeed. Howarth out in front, really winding on, a little bit out of shape as he goes through the last lap, but Max Clegg does look very tidy indeed in second place. Dominating heat for heat number 2 for the home team. Big 5-1 for them. The home team, we've got Troy Batchelor going off the inside in yellow. We've got Chris Harris coming out of gate 2 in blue. Gate 3, Robert Lambert, teenage sensation from Kings Lynn, coming out of gate 3. And his World Cup teammate, Ty Wolverhampton, goes off the outside in red. Hearing that Niels Christian Everson broke the track record in heat number 1, and we did say when we had a sneaky look at the track, it could be a track record night.
Yeah, we had a little look at the surface, and certainly, you know, pretty much both agreed that the track would be quick, and it could be a track record so far in heat 1.
So it proved to be. Yeah, absolutely. So heat number 3, away we go.
More movement.
More movement again. It's Troy Batchelor gets there, but Wolverhampton, the champion, roars round the outside. Batchelor's in the second place as they go down the back straight for the first time. Lambert's in third. Harris is out the back. Wolverhampton making it really look quite comfortable out in front. He took a couple of races to settle in his first meeting back, but he looks super smooth out in front. Batchelor makes a mistake, Chris, and that allows Harris through.
Yeah, you don't need to leave too much room for Chris Harris to make a move on this track. He absolutely loves racing around here. Now he's giving chase to Robert Lambert, but Robert's looking reasonably comfortable, but not as quite as comfortable as Ty Wolverhampton out front, looking super quick and certainly taking no time at all to get back into British racing conditions.
Yeah, the world champion out in front, riding a super ride here. Looks silky smooth, putting on a masterclass for us in his opening ride. Robert Lambert hanging on in second place, and Harris a little bit out of shape on the last corner, but Jussie hanging on for third place, with Troy Batchelor once again out of form at the back. He has had a really difficult season. Opening ride, celebrating on one wheel down the start and finish straight, and rightly the home crowd on their feet for that. With a little bit of good fortune, but he got away with it. We've got the line-up now for heat number 4 with Carl Howarth, who was very impressive in his opening ride, 3 points to his name. Gate 2 in yellow is Nathan Greaves, who was penalised for coming off the track, and he failed to score first time out. Jakob Torschel now, he'll be the wild card at the Grand Prix in Stockholm in a few weeks' time, so he'll be excited about that. He comes out of Gate 3 in red. And off the outside, the captain of the Kings Lynn Stars, Rory Schlein, in his last meeting.
Clean break next year.
Here we go, the red light. Oh, what a start that was. Once again, Jakob Torschel flew away from Gate 3. Brilliant stuff from him, and they go charging down the back straight for the first time, and the race is all about Torschel out in front, although he lifts violently there, out of shape. That allows Rory Schlein through into the lead. That's a big mistake from the home rider. Carl Howard back in third place. Schlein now goes wide, and Torschel replays the compliment. Bit of action here, 1 or 2 mistakes, and riders just losing the lead on a couple of occasions, but now Torschel has been in fine form this year, sapping his authority on the race.
Yeah, these track conditions are stirring up some excitement here for us and for these guys sitting out there on the bikes. Jakob Torschel and Schlein just trading places there over the first couple of laps. Track is rutting out quite a bit now, but that's only going to mean we get a great racetrack as the meeting develops, and hopefully a little bit of dirt left on the track for the Swindon meeting later on. So, but another great result there for Jakob Torschel.
Super ride from him, big 3 points, nearly threw it away, and just recovered it in time because Rory Schlein then ran too wide. So he's going off the inside in red. He got a third place first time out. The German Kai Huckenbeck goes out of Gate 2 in white. Gate 3 in blue is Max Clegg, who's got a couple of points to his name, and young Tom Perry going off the outside in the yellow and black helmet. This is an important race. The German here, Kai Huckenbeck, who started the season well, needs to come up with a big ride now. Here we go. Away they go.
Movement at the start again, Kelvin.
There is indeed. Interesting to see if we get any red lights come on, but none so far. Certainly Peter Carlson is looking after his teammate as they go charging down the back straight, and once again the home team in dominant mood. Max Clegg on the outside, and Peter Carlson, I just sense, is going to really allow his younger teammate and look after him to roar away out in front and look after him. Kings Lynn Stars once again are struggling here. They just don't seem to have quite the same pace, but the Wolverhampton Wolves are in rampant mood here in the first meeting.
They certainly are. Kai Huckenbeck's not looking particularly comfortable on the tighter confines of this track here at Wolverhampton, but the home pair, Max Clegg, Peter Carlson. Peter's just a couple of chevrons, safe distance, just making sure he fills in the gap, and Max Clegg enjoying being out front on his own and doing what he wants to do. But got to say, of interest to look back at that start. Nice little roller from Max. Not sure where he learned that one.
Max Clegg certainly won in nice style, been in terrific form of late, and a rider that suddenly has something's clicked with him, and points are coming easy for him. Peter Carlson back in second place. 21 points to 9 now for the home team. They are continuing on that dominant form.
In sparkling form.
He is indeed. It should be quite a contest, this one, with Everson on the inside in black and white. If he beats a Wolverhampton rider, of course, his points will count for double. The world champion, 2-time world champion, coming out of Gate 2 in red. Troy Batchelor, who found tough found it very tough in his opening ride, failed to score. He's coming out of gate 3 in yellow. And Jakob Torsell, another race winner, going off the outside in the blue helmet colour.
And there yet tonight, Jakob Torsell made a great one off 3. Let's see what he can do off 4.
Here we go, charging towards the first corner, and it's Troy Batchelor. Troy Batchelor of the Kings Lynn Stars makes the start initially. Wolverhampton, the world champion, up the inside. He's neck and neck down the back straight. Wolverhampton, what a ride that is. He's now charged to the front. Evenson's out the back. That's a surprise for Jakob Torsell, now becoming to make his move on Troy Batchelor, who made such a good start, and he's been out-battled on the opening lap. Everson now coming through into 3rd place. Torsell running wide, and Everson very nearly getting to 2nd place, but look at that speed and the style of the world champion out in front, making it look easy once again.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure to watch Ty Wolverhampton when he's riding like this, which is these days most of the time. But he looks so smooth, so comfortable. We've just got the bike hooking up. Even when the bike lifts, he tends not to get off the gas too much, doesn't lose momentum, unlike Troy Batchelor, who just couldn't make that cracking start pay.
Yeah, great ride from Wolverhampton again, unbeaten so far. That nullifies the double-point scoring ride, the tactical ride by the Kings Lynn Stars. That is a disappointment for them, and another 5-1 to the home team, and they're stretching away out in front. 26 points, 16-point lead already at this stage, and no more tactical rides available to them. But all credit to the champion, who hasn't ridden in Britain for a couple of years. Doesn't look like he's been away, does it? Edinburgh, so Harris will pick up a couple of extra meetings. He'll be pleased with that. But the lineup is Robert Lambert on the inside in white. Gate 2 in red is Freddie Lindgren, the Grand Prix star, and then we've got Rory Schlein coming out of gate 3 in yellow, and off the outside in blue, Chris Harris. Harris is a rider that always is going to give you 100%, isn't he? Got a good 2 points in his first race for away, and they're going towards the first corner again, and it looks like Lambert's made a really good fist of it on the inside. Harris around the outside, gets the better of him though, going down the back straight on the opening lap, into that bottom corner. And once again, Robert Lambert getting out battled there with Freddie Lindgren coming through in the 2nd place. Lindgren just momentarily straightening up. Again, the home team have just got the better of things here. Even though the track is grippier than ordinarily they would expect, they are making light of that. And Harris, it's going great guns, but look at Lambert. Lambert coming back for more. Super ride from the teenager. Yeah,
Robert Lambert is pretty much out of the same mould as Chris Harris. Not a consistent starter, but he's never scared to get out in the dirt. There is plenty of dirt down here tonight. And roaring back around the outside. Looks like he's enjoying himself. And but that man there, outright, Chris Harris, as you said, you know exactly what you're going to get from him. 100% effort.
Super ride from Chris Harris. He'll be pleased with that. Robert Lambert, that is an excellent effort. When you consider the man he passed there, Freddie Lindgren, who's been in sparkling form throughout this year, that is an excellent effort from the youngster.
They haven't found their groove, and that's very much showing tonight. But I mean, you know, the big performance in the first meeting tonight from Wolverhampton, if they can continue that, will give them great confidence going into the second one against Swindon.
Should do. We've got the lineup for heat number 8, and we've got Tom Perry going off the inside in the yellow helmet colour. Jakob Torsell, who's riding brilliantly tonight, he goes out of gate 2 in red, gate 3 in white. Kai Hülkenberg, who's struggling, he is finding conditions a challenge. And Kyle Howarth, he's enjoying it. He goes off the outside in the blue helmet colour, and it's encouraging to see Kyle Howarth going well, because I did speak to him at the end of last year, Chris, and he was keen to go to a smaller track. And he got his wish, and he came to Wolverhampton because he knew he needed to develop his technique on the bike.
Yeah, he did, and you know, I think, as I said earlier, Peter Carlson joining the team is afforded him plenty of experience from PK. He's always willing to give it, and yeah, track-wise, he certainly seems to be learning.
Takes her up and away they go, and it's Jakob Torsell. It's made a beauty of a start. He's got to the first corner, and Kyle Howarth joins him on the outside once again, and the home team are just enjoying life here in the first meeting without question. They are comfortable once again as they complete the opening lap. Jakob Torsell, who's been here for several seasons now, he knows this place very well indeed. And Tom Perry in 3rd place with the German Hülkenberg out the back, but Torsell, who's growing in stature, growing in confidence and experience, is looking after Kyle Howarth, who's on the outside.
Yeah, he's looking after him, but he's making him work pretty hard. He's just entering the corner, for my liking, from a team riding perspective, a little too...
Well, the red lights are on, Chris, because
on, yeah,
Tom Perry just slipped. Tom Perry just slipped off there, just in front of us, and that's a disappointment for him, and the red lights possibly came on a little quickly.
Yeah, I think so, but pretty certain that race will be awarded.
2 men do get on very well. and it's good.
Time to make sure he's got great equipment to give him that advantage he needs.
So the lineup for heat number 9 is Rory Schlein, who goes off the inside in the white helmet colour. Max Clegg is enjoying a great night, as he did last week in truth. He goes out of gate 2 in blue. Nathan Greaves is finding it tough. He goes out of gate 3 in yellow. And Peter Carlson, the man we were chatting about, building up, he's got 3 points to his name and a bonus point. He's going to go off the outside. How hard is it to actually make the start from the outside here at Monmouth?
I think in conditions like this, when there's plenty of grip, and there's plenty of grip early on in the corner, he's only got to make a reasonable start and get a good run around the outside. It does offer you the cutback if you want.
Here we go, and they come roaring towards the first corner, and it is Rory Schlein this time, the Australian. Peter Carlson just lifting violently momentarily there in the first corner, and it's Rory Schlein who's had a tough night so far, but he's certainly found the key to it this time. He's out in front, looking pretty good. We need a little bit more with Nathan Greaves out the back, maybe getting amongst the points, but Peter Carlson and Max Clegg covering those moves, but Rory Schlein this time, this is much more like it from him.
Yeah, it is. I think it's got to be a tough night for Rory. You know, he's riding his last meeting for the Stars, knowing that he's going to be replaced by Nicholas Borsing, and you know, that's got to be tough for his mindset, but it's good to see that he's out there still wanting to win races.
He is indeed, and he's got a healthy lead here. He's comfortable in front, but just sense that the home pairing here of Carlson and Max Clegg aren't really rushing too much. They've got such a strong position in the meeting, they're not going to panic too much. Rory Schlein wins in fine style. That's encouraging for him. It's been a difficult night for him and the team. He captains the side for the last time, as Chris was rightly saying. Heat number 10. Wolverhampton going off the inside in red. Niels Christian Everson in white goes out of gate 2. He'll be looking to make a much better start this time. Harris, who was impressive last time, that was more like it from him. He's out of gate 3 in blue. And Kai Huckenbeck, the German, a surprise winter signing in truth. He will go out of gate 4 and is pushing hard for a top 8 slot in the World Championship. Here we go. Roaring towards the first corner. It's neck and neck there between the World Champion and Everson. Everson's down. Red lights are on. And a very tight entrance to the first corner there, Chris. And
certainly they both got to the corner pretty much the same time. Ty made a good start off the inside, but there's no contact. He turns the bike hard because he can see the amount of dirt that's down there, and unfortunately for him, it doesn't give him the grip that he thinks he's going to get. I would be surprised, to be honest, if he gets himself back in, but this is probably a better angle for us. Plenty of room for him. Just, yeah. I think overestimates the grip he's going to get, turns the bike a little too hard. From my point of view, that's his own mistake. Freestyle, but I think you're absolutely right. I think he's unsettled the bike with his leg back. It gives him no opportunity to counterbalance things, and for that he's out of the race. White has been excluded.
So the white exclusion light is on, and that's a bitter blow once again for Niels Christian Everson and the King's Lynn Stars. Nothing going their way this evening. It certainly isn't.
It goes from bad to worse for the Stars, and
it's not going the way of the King's Lynn Stars. But
absolutely, I think something would have to go wrong for the home side not to take 5 points out of this one.
Takes up and away they go, and both Wolverhampton and Harris make a really good jump to the first corner. The world champion hits the front as they go down the back straight for the first time. He's having a good look over his left shoulder for Harris, who is comfortable into second place. Huckenbeck back in third. No real surprise to see this at all, Chris.
No surprise at all. It's pretty much what we expected. I was reading in the press, Chris Harris, just a quick opportunity to talk about him, talking about the silencers that were introduced about 6 years ago now. Nobody really talks about them, but he's saying that maybe they don't suit his style, and putting down some of his poor results down to never ever settling down with the silencers. I don't know what you think about that, Kelvin.
Well, they have changed in the last couple of years, and there's no doubt that some riders, I think Nicky Pedersen is another rider that has found it difficult in the transitioning over to a different exhaust system and how the bike works, but it isn't affecting the world champion. He has settled in very nicely, and coming back to Monmouth Green is unbeaten after 3 rides. That's 9 points to him, making it look awfully easy. Go that we'll be racing there this year, but maybe next year we'll be in a brand new stadium, and that'll be terrific. Heat 11 line up with Freddie Lindgren, who's had a quiet night. He goes off the inside in red. Robert Lambert, who's been trying really hard, got 4 points to his name out of gate 2 in white, and Peter Carlson coming out of gate 3 in blue. And off the outside we've got Troy Batchelor in yellow. Here we go. Oh, crikey, O'Reilly, there was some movement there. Got the feeling that Troy Batchelor possibly moved early. Peter Carlson missed it completely.
It's very quick, wasn't he, from the green light to the tapes there. I think it was as much to play as anything. I'm not really sure what happened there. I can see it again.
Batchelor made a move on the outside, Chris.
Yeah, he did, definitely moving.
To go. Star Marshal's happy. Green light is on. Bit of movement again.
Lots of movement.
Yeah, Troy Batchelor made a superstar from the outside, possibly got away with that. Freddie Lingren has been beaten a couple of times already tonight. Comes charging up the inside, gets the better of the Australian as they went into turn 3 on the opening lap. Big move from Frederick Lingren, who's been riding so well this season. Lambert back in 3rd place, and Peter Carlton is out the back. But this time out, Freddie Lingren looks really intent on picking up 3 points.
Yeah, we were talking about Troy Batchelor, Kelvin, and his confidence being so low, and I think that's a lot of the reason why we're seeing so much movement at the start, particularly from him in this one. He's just so determined to get himself some fresh air, get out front. It's much easier there, and he just needs to build that confidence. But Freddie Lingren, great move on the first lap, looking comfortable, knows this track inside out, using that inside grip to full advantage. Looking comfortable.
Yeah, Robert Lambert's come through into 2nd place now with Troy Batchelor slipping back to 3rd place, but an impressive ride for the number 1 for the Wolverhampton Wolves there.
He has, and it was a brave move from Freddie Lingren to take on the GTRs, but it hasn't done him any harm at all levels, league racing and Grand Prix. But great start that from Troy Batchelor. There's plenty of movement. Robert Lambert also moving at the start, but referee decided that maybe, well, it was really Robert that started the movement there, I think, and Troy Batchelor just managed to get away with it.
Well, this is a repeat of heat number 2, with Nathan Greaves going off the inside in yellow, Carl Howarth coming out of gate 2 in blue, Tom Perry going out of gate 3 in white, and Max Clegg off the outside in red. And Max Clegg is having a really good night. I know it's been fairly easy pickings for the home team tonight, but still encouraging to see a rider going nicely. On the outside, so heat number 12, the green light is on. Oh, movement from Clegg on the outside. That will definitely be a red light. Why did we see so much of this? I don't quite remember seeing quite as much as this in previous years, but this season in particular, we see a lot of it.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think a lot of it we can see here. Just look, oh yeah, I mean, he's just pretty much guessed the start there, and as he's just started to let the clutch go, the tapes have gone. So referee is determined that he is moving before the tapes go up, and the referee is absolutely correct.
Yeah, build a team that they felt that could challenge again, but it hasn't been the case, and away we go for heat number 12. Certainly Carl Howarth has made a superstar from gate number 2 in the blue helmet colour. Max Clegg again round the outside, joins his teammate, and it's resuming again, once again out in front. It's a big 5-1 to the home team. They're just dominating proceedings. This is just really are enjoying themselves very much indeed. Certainly Max Clegg now is waiting for his teammate, unless he's got some sort of problem. He was having a good look. Yeah, he's got a problem, Chris.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got some sort of an issue there, whether it's a puncture or not, but Howarth now inherits the lead.
Yeah, you could see that from the 2nd lap, he was just not really on the gas at all, riding out in the dirt, but with no power, and you need to have the power on when you're riding there. He's just coming past us now, revving the bike, clearly not happy. That's points dropped and money from his pocket, so but a couple of points for Tom Perry and a 3rd place for Greaves there.
Yeah, brilliant stuff there from Carl Howarth. He made a really good start, there's no doubt about that. Disappointment for Max Clegg. Bike is still running, don't quite know what has gone on there, so frustration for him. And once again, the home team dominating proceedings. 13, Chris Harris on the inside in blue, done a good job tonight. Troy Batchelor has found it tough. He comes out of gate 2 in yellow. Freddie Lingren coming out of gate 3 in red. And Niels Christian Iversen, who will be really frustrated after the last ride. Here we go then, heat number 13, often a very big race, and the tapes are up, and we're going towards the first corner. Batchelor again, sharp away from the tape. They get to the first corner in front, charging down the back straight. Harris up the inside, bold move from Harris up the inside, gets himself to the front. Iversen out of shape at the back, Lingren into 3rd place. Harris doing a good job here for the Wolverhampton Wolves. That's a good move on the opening lap from him. Batchelor this time looks a lot more competitive, pushing on hard in 2nd place, Lingren in 3rd. Iversen out the back.
Well, the Wolverhampton Wolves not holding back, are they? They're pushing on. They're not holding anything in reserve for that 2nd meeting. Troy Batchelor just couldn't get down that back straight on lap 1. I feel if he could have got into turn 3 ahead of Chris Harris and settled down to the race, maybe he could have gone for a race win. But Chris Harris having none of that, almost making a mistake there, just turned it inside out. There's not maybe as much grip in the middle of turns 1 and 2 as the riders suspect there is.
Harris wins the race in fine style. Good effort from him. Pete Adams will be delighted with that.
Do necessarily exactly what he wants to do, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Not for too much longer, because we're up to heat 15. Jakob Torshäll off the inside in blue. Rory Schlein, 5 points to his name, coming out of gate 2 in yellow. Wolverhampton unbeaten so far, comes out of gate 3 in red, and off the outside Robert Lambert in white. League table, Wolves now moving on to 49 league points and looking good. The tapes are up for heat number 14, and the world champion Wolverhampton hitting the front there. Charging down the back straight as well with Jakob Torshäll coming through to the front, because Wolverhampton actually lifted quite violently there. Robert Lambert back in 3rd place, having a really good go. Torshäll, who has been riding here for some period of time. Look at Robert Lambert. Lambert now coming round the outside of the world champion. Wolverhampton having to respond, charges back up the inside. Quite possibly the race of the night so far. We've had to wait an awful long time, heat 14, but now Wolverhampton really puts the hammer down and comes through in the 2nd place.
Yeah, Robert Lambert, we said it, he would give it 100%. They may have been teammates in the World Cup, but no such thing here now. And I'm not sure if Tai Woffinden's maybe made a few tweaks to the bike, looking for some extra grip, thinking that the 2nd meeting is going to be that little bit slicker, but certainly Jakob Torshäll up front, looking very convincing.
Torshäll wins in fine style.
Full house since coming back to British Speedway. Harris off the inside. Rob Lambert goes off gate 2 in white for Kings Lynn. Tai Woffinden off gate 3 for Wolverhampton. And Niels Christian Iversen goes off the outside in heat 15. I'll leave it to you, Kelvin Chris, to talk us through heat 15.
Thanks very much, Nigel. Yes, it's a good-looking lineup. There's no doubt about that. Wolverhampton, the world champion there, coming out. There was... Well, we did chat a little earlier whether he would come out for heat 15, but Pete Adams quite clearly is comfortable with putting him out once again, and saying that the crowd want to see him.
Well, it's only 8 minutes instead of 4.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that.
It does sound very simple.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely. You made it sound quite complicated earlier.
But there's no doubt that it's another opportunity to see such a class act in Wolverhampton. Quite clearly, he's been staying out of the dirt because he looks very clean indeed. Harris has done a sterling job. There may have been a temptation to put Jakob Torshäll out here, there's no doubt about that, but he misses out this time. Iversen on his spare bike, he'll be hoping for better this time. A little bit of guarding going, just taking his time, settling down in gate number 4. These 2 riders from the Kings Lynn Stars are ones that have been trying very much. They've been desperately trying to get amongst the points. Iversen unhappy, he just can't quite settle there.
No, he's desperate for a race win here. I mean, it's been such a frustrating night for him after such a fabulously positive start.
So here we go, green lights on, tapes are up. Iversen's made a great jump there from the outside, but he doesn't quite get there. Oh, he's off again. Wolverhampton and Iversen, they looked like there was some contact there on the way into the corner. The frustration continues there for the Danish man.
Not coming into the first turn, I'm not really sure about that, but certainly Tai Woffinden there in blue, running in deep, running in wide. There's a case to put all 4 back. He did probably have to get off the bike there without too much option.
All 4 back, Chris. I can assure you it's quite a treat. Some super racing coming up for us. But they settle down now, 2nd time of asking, the green light's on. And where they go, even break. Wolverhampton there, in gate number 3, gets to the first corner. Iversen chopping back to the inside. Super ride from Niels Christian Iversen. Finally getting it right. Wolverhampton's out the back. Robert Lambert very nearly been taken out there by Chris Harris. Charging move there from Harris. That allows Tai Woffinden to come through into 3rd place. But Niels Christian Iversen, that was the move of the night there in the first corner.
Yeah, it wasn't a great start. It was a reasonable start, but he just looked for a gap through the middle there, made a perfect comeback. He looks so determined in this one. He has had an extremely frustrating night, not been at his best. But this is what we expect from the Grand Prix star, looking good in this one.
He is indeed, he's out in front. The frustration really has been a tough night for him, apart from winning the opening race where he broke the track record. Super first corner from him. Wolverhampton and Harris there just cruising nicely in 2nd and 3rd with Robert Lambert out the back. But Iversen wins in fine style. That's something just to take some of the disappointment away. Something positive to reflect on at the end of the night. A little bit of a consolation prize for the Grand Prix star. Question that is on a lot of people's lips, and in a very short amount of time we will find out.
Yep, first race of the night then, or first race of the 2nd meeting of tonight. Justin Sedgman off the inside. Peter Carlson goes off gate number 2 for the Wolves. Jason Doyle gate 3 for Swindon. Freddie Lindgren off the outside. He's also a Grand Prix rider for the rest of the season, because Jari Campbell has withdrawn from the rest of the campaign, and Lindgren was consistent with 10 points from 5 rides in Gorjov on Saturday. But for a rider who's an injury replacement, he's done pretty well this year, Kel.
Yes, he has, and it hasn't been easy for him because he's never known if he's going to be in the next Grand Prix. So now that he does, he'll be hoping that he can focus on getting up into the top 8 and securing his future. Goes off the outside. He's got a tough customer though right alongside him in Jason Doyle. And he goes out of gate 3, and gate 3 was pretty useful in the first meeting. Here we go.
Yeah, it's a great start from Sedgman off the inside, and Doyle is there as well. Doyle's hit the line, and well, it's getting a little bit messy there as Lingland comes around the outside, and Sedgman has gone from second to last. He's allowed the opportunity there to come through, and Lindgren's gone to the back now. It looked a bit choppy there in that third and fourth turn. The man in second place is Peter Carlson, and third now is Justin Sedgman, but Jason Doyle looking very comfortable as ever.
Yeah, Doyle out in front. But 2 big mistakes by 2 riders there, Sedgman initially and then Lindgren. And Lindgren is now coming up into 3rd place. He's had to recover there. Oh, pulls a huge locker. How on earth Sedgman avoided it? Sedgman now up the inside. It's neck and neck for 3rd and 4th.
Oh, can you believe it?
Yeah, don't know, maybe it's greasy or it's loose. Certainly catches out Freddie Lindgren. He's now in turns 3 and 4. No red lights on yet, but a 4-2 to Swindon. Oh, tough Speedway in heat number 1.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a surprise that Jason Doyle, not the surprise that Jason Doyle has won, but the way that Freddie Lindgren came off the bike there, he's back up and he's on his bike and going back to the pits, so that's good news for Wolves.
The bike, so not the ideal opening race for the number 1 from Frederick from the Wolverhampton Wolves.
Now, Jason Doyle is of the night then. There will be a track grade after this race. It's Max Clegg off the inside in red. Charles Wright goes off gate 2 in white for Swindon. Kyle Howarth, gate 3 in blue for the Wolves. And Stefan Nielsen goes off the outside in yellow and black. Howarth, by the way, had a brief spell as a Swindon rider. Max Clegg, who has come on in leaps and bounds this year, rides for Edinburgh in the Premier League as well, the Edinburgh Monarchs. And second race of the night with Wolves 4-2 down here. Of age, can he make the start for the Wolves? He's made a good one. The red lights are on. It's too good. Yep. Graham Flint, the referee, putting the red lights on straight away, and they're going to have to come back and do it all again.
Well, we need to see the shot from the side. We were looking head on there, and it was difficult. This is the shot. Movement on the outside and the inside, quite possibly just an unsatisfactory start there, wasn't it? It wasn't ideal at all. And there's no doubt that Stefan Nielsen looked like he was pretty keen to get away with it as well, but so the red lights come on straight away.
I can't tell you at Leicester, it's Leicester 15, Poole Pirates 15. Chris Holder has withdrawn from that meeting tonight with a migraine. And Max Frigg is guesting for him. Heat number 2 it is. Again, movement at the start, but the referee has allowed it to go this time. Well, they weren't sat still, that's for sure. But coming through, Max Clegg has the lead now for Wolverhampton. Charles Wright is second there. Third in blue is Kyle Howarth. Oh, I thought he was going to collect the back wheel of Charles Wright there. Stefan Nielsen's at the back. Wolves are on a 4-2 as things stand. But Kyle Howarth giving it a go. Blasts around the outside. And now Charles Wright comes back for more.
Oh, Kyle Howarth now dropping back to the inside. Action stuff here. Heat number 2. Howarth comes charging up the inside. Wright then responds with a really good blast around the outside himself. But Howarth once again really going at it. Hammer and tongs for second and third. Clegg's having a lovely ride out in front. What a race for second and third. Right now, oh, he's out of control. Out of control. How on earth Kyle Howarth stayed on, I don't know.
Well, Charles Wright has just got ridden into the back wheel of Kyle Howarth.
Yeah.
He's up, but the checkered flag is out, and that is going to be a Wolves 5-1. Well, I thought he was getting so close. Clipped the back wheel, and how Kyle Howarth stayed on the bike, goodness only knows, Kel.
I don't know. Kyle Howarth was very lucky there. There's Charles Wright's now in the dirt, driving hard, not even turning. Very nearly T-bones Kyle Howarth. How on earth he stayed on. Very lucky indeed.
For Shrek watching Kyle Howarth, one of his riders, being battered there in heat number 2.
All out of shape.
Yeah, so Peter Mole, who is a visitor here quite regularly, he's based in the West Midlands, but promotes at Sheffield. And heat number 3 coming up, Josh Krzyzonic off the inside in yellow, Chris Harris off gate number 2 in blue. Got that long drive to Cornwall to spend the rest of his holiday.
Don't envy him.
Interrupting his holiday.
I'm not envious at all. But say, picking up 2 meetings, Nigel, and it's your business.
Just imagine round the cornflakes this morning. Wolves have called me, dear. Do you mind if I go and ride 2 meetings tonight?
I'll take you out for dinner tomorrow.
Wolverhampton hoping that his British club Wolves can do it as well. Once again, a little bit of a nervy start there. Wolverhampton's made a good one, though. Sweeps across and has the advantage there. Second place, Krzyzonic now. Coming through in blue is Chris Harris into second place. Good ride from the guest. Chris Harris having a real go here. And he is in for Sam Masters, remember. Masters out with a foot injury, sustained yesterday at Newcastle. And it's a 5-1 to the Wolverhampton Wolves as things stand right now.
Well, this pairing was strong in the first meeting, and they're proving to be once again in the second. Super stuff from the outside from Wolverhampton, made light work of that. And of course, you expect to see that from Chris Harris, who's charged in the second place and looks very competitive with plenty of speed in his motorbike in second. This is more like it for the Wolves. They'll be pleased with this because they are clearing off out in front of Josh Krzyzonic and Nick Morris.
Yep, super ride from Wolverhampton and from Harris, and they have really carved up heat number 3. And Chris Harris doing the job of Sam Masters and more.
Yeah. Masters
with that foot injury. Also, we send our very best wishes to Lewis Rose, the Kings Lynn reserve, who suffered a broken collarbone yesterday, and Dan Bewley as well, the talented young rider who rides for the Bellevue Colts and the Edinburgh Monarchs. He was hurt yesterday as well. Just to clarify, by the way, it does appear as though Chris Holder has teeth difficulties, literally teething problems, and that a visit to the dentist may be required, is what we're hearing. In fact, just to clarify, it's Leicester 19, Poole 17.
Bjarne Pedersen, so wouldn't be a surprise.
Well, he's got to do it in the next 24, 48 hours because there is a transfer deadline in Speedway, like there is in football.
Well.
And it's Kyle Howarth off the inside in blue, Stefan Nielsen gate 2 in yellow and black, Jakob Torshäll gate 3 in red for the Wolves, and Rowan Tungate, a man very much in form.
Yes.
He's off the outside in white for the Robins.
He is indeed, and he guested very recently for the Wolverhampton Wolves and picked up 14 points from 5 rides, and we saw him riding to great effect at the Abbey just last week, where he was absolutely flying. Very strong outfit.
Really is great to see a huge crowd here tonight, and also at Bellevue earlier today. Fantastic stuff to see that. British Speedway, you know, as a sport, it still is hugely popular on its day. Heat number 4, here we go, and it's a great start from Tungate off the outside. Oh, and I'll tell you what, there, drama, because Kyle Howard has got into his own teammate, Jakob Torshäll.
Taking his rear change straight off.
4-2 to Swindon as it stands. Torshäll is not happy, but it's a great start from Tungate, looking superb. We picked him up as a man very much in form, Kelvin. He made an electrifying start. Jakob Torshäll will no doubt feel the referee should have called that back for all 4.
He will indeed. He'll be very frustrated after not being beaten in the first meeting. Doesn't get to the first corner, and his rear chain is taken off by Kyle Howard. Howard is really giving chase in second place. There's no doubt about that. Keep your eyes on him. He's really giving it his all. There's a lap to go with Rowan Tungate, who's in top form, just about hanging on. Howard's working overtime in second place now, chopping back to the inside, but Tungate should hang on here.
Yeah, good ride here from Rowan Tungate. A bang-in form for Swindon. Takes the checkered flag. Kyle Howarth, though, who took his own man out completely accidentally, of course. Just an unfortunate incident in that first turn. It didn't work out for Wolves there, but with Stefan Nielsen getting 3rd place, it's a race advantage for the Robins, and they are now just 4 points down here. 18 to Leicester against Poole now. That's the very latest update, and that's the update from the Beaumont Park Stadium. Hans Andersen withdrawn from the meeting with a hand injury, so not going well for Poole. Also, by the way, we have to send our very best wishes to the talented young Mildenhall rider, Sam Beebe, who had multiple injuries last Friday at Coventry. We wish him all the very best. Right, heat 5, Peter Carlson off the inside, Justin Sedgman off 2, Max Clegg gate 3 in blue, and off the outside, Charles Wright for the Swindon Robins.
And he won't be out of it here.
Yep, here we go then, heat number 5, and it's a good start from the man in white, Justin Sedgman, but coming hard around the outside. Oh, there's no room there, yes there is! Wolves have come through, not 1 but 2 riders, Peter Carlson and Max Clegg. I thought there was absolutely no room there, but there wasn't. Sedgman is coming back for more for Swindon now. It's up to Max Clegg to try and challenge hard. He's gone wide, Sedgman's after him. Could do with a bit of team riding from Peter Carlson for his partner here. They're on 5-1.
Well, you've just taken the words out of my mouth. I don't think BK realises that Max Clegg is right there. Carlson charged up the inside and got himself to the front. Clegg's had to look after himself here with Justin Sedgman plugging away around the inside. All action-packed on the opening lap down that back straight, wasn't it? Carlson looking good out in front. 5-1 on the cards for the home team once again. Super stuff from them.
Yeah, looking good for the Wolves. Peter Carlson is going to take the checkered flag. The fans delighted here on the home straight. Packed terracing here.
Rebel Peter Carlson, and has had a terrific career and still riding really nicely.
It's now Leicester 26, Poole 22 after 8 heats at Beaumont Park, and here we have heat number 6 at Monmouth Green, and quite a lineup. Doyle and Woofenden side by side. They had a ding-dong battle in the Grand Prix final at the weekend, and they're alongside each other here now with Grosjeanic and Torshell. These guys are second and third in the world right now. The green light's on. Tate tries, and the start has been made superbly by Josh Grosjeanic. Swindon are on a 5-1, can you believe it? Grosjeanic in yellow, Doyle leads in white, and Woofenden is trailing in third. And now a bit of team riding needed from Doyle alongside Grosjeanic, because Woofenden is taking up the challenge, and Woofenden is going to have a real go here. Waiting for that challenge between Doyle and Woofenden. It's up to Woofenden now to challenge Grosjeanic, and Woofenden's gone down.
Oh, it was all out of control before then, Nigel, as well. He only just missed the back of Grosjeanic. The red lights have come on. Grosjeanic initially making an excellent fist of it, with Doyle then getting himself to the front. And the home pair, they're lifting violently coming out of turn 2. Well, we hope he's okay.
Yeah. Doyle straight across to see that he's all right. It's good here now then. At 2016 in favour of the Wolves. It's Nick Morris off the inside in white. Freddie Lindgren goes off gate 2 in red for the Wolves. Rowan Tungate, gate 3 yellow, a man bang in form as we say. And the star guest Chris Harris going off the outside in blue for Wolverhampton. Now, Lindgren, I just wonder how affected he'll be by his first race fall. I'm sure he'll put it behind him and really go for it here. Who do you fancy for this one, Kelv?
Well, I fancy that Lindgren should come up with a big ride, because he'll be frustrated with that opening performance, caught out by conditions. He's been in good form, and he's a proud man. Should be able to bounce back with a big win.
But Tungate's made a good start again, and Swindon have made a belter with Nick Morris there as well. Chris Harris now is going to try the inside run. Swindon are on a 4-2, and really in with a great chance of closing the gap here. But here comes Chris Harris superbly, and Harris dives up the inside. What a guest he's proving to be for the Wolves tonight. He's taken out Tungate towards the fence. Tungate second now, with Nick Morris third, and Freddie Lindgren struggling at the back here, but now putting a bit of pressure on.
Well, maybe Chris Harris needs to travel to all his meetings from Cornwall, because I'll tell you what, he's riding out of his skin. That's a terrific effort. Tungate coming on hard in second place, no doubt about that. There's still some mileage in that, and Freddie Lindgren just got beaten up, missed the start, and it's trapped out the back. But I've got to say, this is an excellent performance from Harris, coming in, second meeting on the night and riding brilliantly.
Yeah, riding quite nicely, Chris Harris. We recall, of course, that magnificent moment in his career 9 years ago when he won in Cardiff. Rides for the Coventry Bees now, and delighted that Coventry is secure for another year at the Brandon Stadium.
Swindon, and he did remarkably well leading his team in the World Cup this year to a silver medal.
Yep, very much so. Charles Wright goes off the inside here for Swindon then. We've shown you 28 heats of Speedway in our show tonight. Jakob Torshell, gate 2 in red. Justin Sedgman, gate 3 in white for Swindon. Kyle Howarth off the outside in blue, putting a proper shift in tonight. Kelv, bit of overtime.
You've got to say, in the opening few races.
Yep, it's a good start here from Torshell for Wolverhampton. The man in white is Justin Sedgman, but charging through in blue. Watch out for Kyle Howarth. He's going to have a real go here. Now he's charging hard up the inside of Justin Sedgman. Sedgman now trying the outside run on Jakob Torshell as well, but Torshell's got lots of speed. It's a 4-2 to Wolverhampton as things stand right now, and Howarth won't give up on second spot. But here comes Charles Wright as well.
Yeah.
He's coming through into third. Good Speedway here, Cal.
Well, those two came together before, so hopefully it won't happen again. Howarth working hard in third place. Sedgman seems to have picked up some speed. This time Torshell, of course. Oh, right again. What is it about Charles Wright and Howarth?
Well, Howarth locked up in front of him there.
Yeah, but they very nearly collided again. Well, they did collide.
I think they did, yeah.
Yes, they did. There was contact. Torshell there out in front, frustrated by losing his rear chain when Carl Howarth clouted into him, but Torshell's going to pick up a victory.
Yep, it's going to be a 4-2 to Wolverhampton, and that will extend a 6-point lead for them. That pegging between Peterborough and Redcar at the East of England Showground. That's the latest from there. Bank Holiday Monday, a busy day for Speedway up and down the country. Rowan Tungate off the inside in white, Max Clegg gate 2 in blue for the Wolves, Stefan Nielsen gate 3 for Swindon, and Peter Carlson off the outside for Wolverhampton. A lot of pressure on Tungate here, Kel, for Swindon.
Yeah, Carlson on the outside, here we go.
Yep, good start from Tungate off the inside gate. Now, what can Carlson do? The man in red, he knows every inch of this track. Tungate's taking it wide. On the inside, Max Clegg for Wolverhampton. A clever switch from the West Yorkshire youngster. And now Carlson tries the inside run for the Wolves, putting Tungate under pressure. Good speedway here at Monmouth Green. Clegg, Tungate, Carlson. Tungate still putting pressure on Clegg. 4-2 to Wolves as it stands.
Brilliant move from Max Clegg there to get a better of Tungate, but Tungate's fast in second place, full of confidence and pushing on. Clegg is winding it on, you can hear the engines really revving on the 600. Tungate would have moved that is, he got the bike really hooked up coming out of turn 2. Second time of asking, now Clegg's coming back for more. Tight out in front, Carlson back in third place, Super Speedway.
Yeah, Clegg went wide just to avoid the back wheel of Tungate. And the race is all but over with a win for Rowan Tungate, doing it the hard way there.
Brilliant.
But Clegg thought he was going to clip his back wheel at one stage. Thankfully he didn't, and it's a share of the spoils in heat number 9.
Well, this Madden's the team manager of the Wolves. Will be hoping that his men here can come up trumps, because there's no doubt that Jason Doyle will be a tough nut to crack.
It's a great lineup, isn't it? Woofenden off the inside, Doyle off 2, Harris off 3. Sedgman is the man off the outside. I wonder what he's thinking.
Right.
I'm on the outside of these three. What's going on?
3 Grand Prix riders on the inside. Been no easy task for Justin.
Poor old Sedgy.
He's going to have to just put that to the back of his mind and ride like his life depended on it. Woofenden, who just bit the dust there. That was unusual to see him on his backside as he went into turns 3. Just got it wrong. And he'll be looking. He has been saying he's been struggling with starts throughout the season. Not really reacting as well as he would have liked. Here we go.
Doyle nibbled at the tapes and the referees let it go because Doyle just punished himself there. Now he's coming around the outside. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Doyle moved to the start. Graham Flynn let it go. And now Doyle has the lead and Harris is in a bit of trouble. That's allowed Sedgman to come through. Swindon are on a 4-2. Bit of drama and a bit of controversy here, Kelvin.
Well, Doyle actually kind of impeded himself there, but somehow miraculously he just charged to the front, roared round in the dirt in the first corner and is flying out in front. Woofenden's throwing all he knows. Back in second, here comes Harris now. After that, then, he is working so hard to get the better of Sedgman. Round the outside in the bottom of corner, Sedgman
Is there room? Yes.
Yes, there is. Harris coming through in the third place.
Yeah, that's a good ride from Chris Harris, really working overtime for the Wolves tonight. But there's no stopping this man, Jason Doyle, second in the World Championship standings. I think we've mentioned that once or twice already tonight. Ty Woofenden in second place and third Chris Harris.
So he's on the inside and he'll be looking for some points this time.
He will indeed. Freddie Lindgren off the inside in red for the Wolves, the number 1 rider with no points. Gate 2 is Nick Morris for Swindon. Peter Carlson goes off gate 3 in blue, and Josh Krzyzonic off the outside in yellow. I was having a chat with Peter Carlson at the weekend, Kelv, in Poland.
Yeah.
And PK was saying, you know, he said that he would ride for Wolves again this year if they needed him. Mikkel Beck said that he couldn't ride here in England much longer. Peter Carlson answered the phone and came to the rescue, and he said, you know what, I'm really pleased they called me because I've really enjoyed it, and even at his age now he still loves riding his Speedway.
Well,
Riding Speedway, heat number 11, here we go, and it's a good one from Peter Carlson. Oh, Freddie Lindgren is there, and the Swindon boys have really got themselves into a mess, and they're going to have to come back and do it all again.
With a little bit of elbows going to the first corner, yeah, he just catches him, then pulls a massive locker. You know what? Nick Morris causes that because he pulls such a big locker, awkward fall, but Freddie Lindgren and him have that contact, and that creates and unsettles Nick Morris. Should be all 4, I would think.
Well, first turn incident, the referee can go for all 4. I think there's a bit of damage to the bikes though, Kelv.
Extraordinary night.
Yep, here we go, heat number 11, second time of asking. Now it's all looking very tight in that first turn again. Peter Carlson has got there, Lindgren is there as well, Wolves on a 5-1, and charging up the inside in yellow and black is Josh Krzyzonic. But Carlson and Lindgren, they've rode together many, many times down the years. I'm sure they'll be looking out for each other. I'm sure there's going to be a bit of team riding going on now.
Well, there is indeed. The 2 Swedish boys out in front looking after each other. Krzyzonic is hovering around in third place, desperately looking for a way through because Lindgren is going fairly slowly, looking after his teammate. Grushonik there now moving to the outside of Lingren. Lingren's going to have to rise. Savvy here. Grushonik pushing hard. Not a lot of racing room down the back straight. Peter Carlson on the outside. Lingren on the inside. Grushonik looking for a way through. Super Speedway.
Team riding is magnificent here from the Swedish boys. It's Freddie Lindgren in red and Peter Carlson in blue. Lindgren holds the inside line, allows Carlson to go wide. Wolves are going to get a 5-1 here, just about.
Super.
Great race, team number 11, and that is a significant result for Wolverhampton. Holidays now, and you know, it's always good to see Bank Holiday Speedway pulling in good crowds, Kel.
Oh, it is terrific.
Oh, there's a bike on fire, goodness me. Well, drama in the pits, Kel.
Yeah, you don't see that very often, and it's difficult with methanol. We don't use petrol, we use methanol, and it burns without much of a effect. It's a little bit like methylated spirits. You can't quite see it, and very difficult to see. But a bit of drama there. I don't know quite how that's happened, but nonetheless it has. Not too much.
Well, you can see the flames in the darkness.
Oh, crikey, yeah, that is well and truly on fire.
Is it bonfire night?
Not quite, it's not November yet, but no, that's...
Jason Doyle, it's fireman Jason.
Don't know whose bike it is.
Charles Wright's by the looks of it to me.
Yeah.
It looks like a Charles Wright bike here. So Charles Wright was due out in white, and Justin Sedgman has lent him his bike now. So great work, Jason Doyle with a fire extinguisher there.
Jack of all trades tonight, isn't he? Yeah.
If it doesn't work out long term with Speedway, which it will, maybe get
well,
a job.
there's always a plan B there, isn't there?
In Australia during
plan
the winter,
B, yeah.
Stefan Nielsen off the inside in yellow and black. Carl Howarth, gate 2 in blue for Wolves. Charles Wright, gate 3 in white for Swindon. Max Clegg off the outside. Wolverhampton favourites. This is a repeat of Heat 2, which was a 5-1 to the Wolves.
It was indeed. Here we go.
Swindon needs something from this one. Can they get there? It's a great start from Howarth and Clegg. It's looking bleak for the Robins now. Wolves piling on the pressure. But I just wonder, with a performance like this, how much of a message this fires out to their playoff rivals in the race for the playoffs. Bellevue are in there. Poole are in there. Wolves are booking their place in the playoffs tonight. Will Swindon make it? Because Wolverhampton around here on home territory are absolutely rampant tonight, Kelvin.
They're in top form today, that's for sure. They have been brilliant against Kings Lynn, and now they're really turning on the start against Swindon Robins, who have put them to the sword early on. A few mistakes from the big guns earlier in the meeting, but they've responded well. Carl Howard all over the place going into turn 3 and 4, and here comes Charles Wright on Justin Sedgman's bike. Carl Howard now responds, really winding it up around the outside. Good action for second and third.
Good speedway here. Howard pops up. Howard tries the inside run. We're not going to see those two clashing again, are we? 4-2 to Wolverhampton. Ford be tempted to make a switch. Now, the reserves are the difference. 16 to Wolverhampton and 4 to Swindon. There's the difference. 16-4 down at reserves. A big difference. And Heat 13 coming up now. Harris off the inside for the Wolves. Grushonik gate 2 for Swindon. Lindgren off gate 3 for Wolves. And the man of the moment, Jason Doyle, 9 points out of 9. Handy.
I would think that the Wolverhampton pair here will be happy with a 3-all, Nige. Keep it to 8 points, and that'll do nicely. Credit to Wolverhampton. They were under pressure, and they've responded well. Oh!
Lindgren moved that time, and the red lights are on.
Yeah.
Well,
staging of it, Nige.
Okay.
He moves, and then he moves again, and he's
still moving.
He's away.
Yes.
And he's in front. Doyle, all more difficult.
That was the deadline. It's a question of whether any moves have been made. It takes 3 days to be approved. Jason Doyle's made a good start for Swindon here, and now he's going to go around the outside. Is there any stopping this man? He is in the form of his life. Jason Doyle in the white helmet colour. Chris Harris is in blue here for Wolverhampton. Lindgren battling away here now with a man in yellow and black, Josh Grushonik. But it's a 3-all, and you said a 3-all would do nicely for Wolves. This will win the meeting for them, Kel.
It will indeed. Jason Doyle, no surprise to see him out in front once again. Majestic, super away from the outside. Great in the first corner, and he is beginning to wind it on, going further and further away. Lindgren there in third place is coming under pressure from Grushonik, but once again we're seeing a masterclass from Jason Doyle, the form rider in the world here tonight at Monmore Green.
Going very, very quick. Jason Doyle absolutely magnificent, and Grushonik having a real battle with Freddie Lindgren here in heat number 13. Wolverhampton are going to win the meeting with 2 races to spare. That'll do them nicely.
Exactly, and then Wolverhampton got off his bike, and And Swindon looked very threatening, so they've responded brilliantly, and Pete Adams will be delighted with that.
Very much so. Jakob Torshäll off the inside, Rowan Tungate off 2, Ty Woofenden, the world champion, off gate 3 in red, and Nick Morris is going off the outside in white. We're moving to September next week, and the countdown very much on to the end of season playoffs.
Tough night for them, so... oh my goodness
me.
Rowan Tungate.
What on earth is happening here? Situation. I mean, he's miles before the tape tries.
Yeah.
He's so lucky not to touch them.
Yeah. And,
so
we see it too often now. We just see it too often.
But they're rounding it off with a good result. Oh, what on earth?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Well,
don't get it.
No. And we'll have to see it again, but...
it looks like Torshäll just goes straight through the tapes.
Very much so. We'll see it again. Here we see Graham Flint, the referee, will be looking at this. Tungate's moving, but Torshäll's looking the other way, Cal.
Yeah, he is. He's unaware of what Tungate's doing, but he's just charged straight through the tapes.
Well, Tungate is moving again there. And he's already been warned.
Yeah, but he may have touched the tapes first.
Well, Tungate is excluded.
Yeah.
Tungate is excluded.
But I tell you what, Jakob Torshäll's fortunate as well, you know, because he didn't know that he was moving.
No, Torshäll has touched the tapes as well, so surely he should be
excluded as well.
Excluded, yeah. Well, we're doing heat 14 of the second meeting here at Monmouth Green, and they're away, third time of asking. Woofenden is there. Oh, and Torshäll is all over the place, and Tungate has already come through from a 15-metre handicap. Can you believe it? Woofenden with that lead. Nick Morris is second, and Rowan Tungate's third, with Jakob Torshäll at the back.
Yeah, Woofenden made a really good start there. Morris in second place. Rowan Tungate gets a bit of good fortune there because Torshäll got it all wrong in the first corner and threw away an opportunity for some easy points. Torshäll's now tailed off. The world champion looks terrific in front, and looks pretty comfortable. Nick Morris looks a lot more competitive this time, and Tungate will pick up a paid second place. A lap to go. Woofenden out in front, looking good.
Yeah, Woofenden looking comfortable here. This will make it 8 points out of a possible 12 for the world champion. Going into turns 3 and 4 for the last time of heat number 14 here. And Woofenden leads Wolves to victory in heat 14. They maintain a 12-point lead, and Jakob Torshäll had an absolute belter in his opening meeting tonight. Huge night at Speedway. Heat 15, Chris Harris going off the inside in red for the Wolves. Gate 2 is Nick Morris for Swindon. Ty Woofenden, gate 3 for Wolverhampton, and Rowan Tungate. Let's hope he sits still at the start and we can
behaves himself.
Get the race through at the first time of asking.
Exactly.
Off the outside.
He's going off the outside. He's had a pretty good night, apart from his messing about at the start in heat 14. Harris off the inside has done a great job, and Pete Adams will be pleased with him, and I'm sure he'll be shaking his hand at the end of the evening and saying thank you very much for your work. You've done us proud. Sam Masters being injured yesterday, and the call-up of this man, well, he's done the job that Sam Masters would have done, that's for sure.
Just to reiterate, if you have just joined us, Chris Harris guesting here. The red lights are on now. Clearly Graham Flint's not happy with something. But the rider in yellow and black has now been excluded. We can only assume it's because he's delaying the start, Kelvin. I can only assume that. But now it's delaying us even further. They'd be up at tapes and ready to go now, would they not?
Well, they'd be round the first corner by now.
Well, this is just causing another delay. Well, the referee apparently is saying he wasn't under power and ready to race within the 2 minutes.
Well, words fail me. Wolverhampton Wolves, it's a big message to the other teams, that's for sure.
Very much so. So the tape tries and we're away, off and running first time, and it's a 5-1 for Wolverhampton as things stand at the moment. It's a Harris-Woofenden combination. These two have enjoyed riding alongside each other tonight. Third place right now is Nick Morris. Tungate going off 15 metres is at the back right now. But it's a 5-1 to Wolverhampton going into lap 2.
It is indeed. They jumped up the start gate. Harris is having a lovely run round the inside. He's got more speed there than Woofenden. Woofenden hasn't been able to get his nose in front, and now they've swapped over. That's good. That's just what they needed to do. Morris was... Oh, Woofenden's backed up. Woofenden's backed up. Bit of disappointment for the world champion. He's pulling up out the back, and that'll leave Harris out in front. It'll be a 3-all with Rowan Tungate miraculously picking up points again. from a 15-metre handicap.
Well, Chris Harris has been a super guest for Wolverhampton here this evening. He's delivering the goods. Disappointment for the world champion in Heat 15. But a bumper night of Speedway ends with a 3-all, and Wolverhampton win the meeting by 12 points. 6 points out of 6 for them tonight.
Yep.
2 wins against Kings Lynn and Swindon. And that is a huge night for the Wolverhampton Wolves as the fireworks go off around Monmouth Green. And the Wolverhampton Wolves, it's safe to say, are in the playoffs.
Yeah, great work from the home team. You know, Kings Lynn didn't really put that much of a fight up. They got through that without too many problems at all. Swindon came here full of confidence and really put them to the sword early on. Great response from the home team, going out 51-39. Good stuff from them.